Hello everybody, it's time for the Yorkshire haul. You've actually seen some of it already, such as the 13 hoodie, Paul's Wickerman hoodie and the medal I got him. Paul has slightly fallen in love with Wickerman. He's got a fantastic Wickerman hoodie, which he just got from the shop, and a Wickerman medallion. There you go, Paul. Here's Wickerman's socks, and his little jelly bean dispenser that he absolutely loved. They gave him a random flavoured jelly bean each time he used it. Paul is very happy. He's already put on his Wickerman socks he bought in the shop earlier, and he's got a box of jelly beans that he is currently over there snacking on. Now we're going through the other little bits we got. It wasn't actually that much. We were quite sensible, which is progress. We've got a few trips coming up this year, so I need to save that money a little bit. Mainly pin badges. Go with my pin badge collection behind me. And then when I couldn't get pin badges, another little bit. Let's show you what we got. So we'll start at the beginning. First of all, pin badges from Alton Towers. Got this 2022 one, which shows 3 rides we went on, 3 roller coasters. So obviously me and Paul both went on 13, just down here. And that was actually his first roller coaster there. And we also got the Wicker Man and the Smiler, which I went on by myself without Paul. But certainly the Wicker Man would end up being his favourite roller coaster, so it's nice to have that on there. With that, I also got this really nice Wicker Man pin badge. It's actually wooden, quite thick, which I quite like. It's quite different to the other pin badges I have. Really nice. I did actually already have a Wicker Man pin badge. It's just a metal one from a few years back. Still a really nice pin badge, nice colour to it. But obviously, I find the wooden one quite unique. I quite like that. After Alton Towers, we went to the National Railway Museum. I did have a pin badge, but it wasn't quite the kind of pin badge I like to get. I like things with place names of where you've been, like the National Railway Museum up here. And the pin badge looked like that. So we still had the trains. They had loads of different options you could get. But because it just had a picture of the train, I decided not to get a pin badge and go for a magnet instead, because it had the Railway Museum bit at the top. Yeah, I like all the things I get to, where possible, have where they're from on them, if they have something like it. So I think if the pin badge had that one, I would have got the pin badge, but as it didn't, I went for the magnet instead. Still a very nice magnet. At the Yorkshire Wildlife Park, we asked in the first shop we went to if they had any pin badges. We were told to go look in the front shop, and we didn't find any there either. So instead I got this magnet of the giant otters. The giant otters at the Yorkshire Wildlife Park were one of the big things for me to see. It's the only zoo I've been to that's had them, and they're very impressive size and really playful to watch. So I was really happy I saw them, and I'm glad I got a magnet with them on. Bridlington Animal Park didn't have pin badges either, so I got a magnet. I initially got one with an owl on, just because you saw the bird of prey display, which was a really good bird of prey display. I really enjoyed that. But after in the shop and cuddling the meerkat for a little bit, I had to go back and ask Lady if I could change it, which she was very happy to do, and I got the meerkat magnet instead. I actually managed to get quite a few pin badges in York. So the first one was from the shop that must not be named. It was one of the few things in there that was unique to the shop, a nice little cauldron pin badge with the name of the shop on it. I say a lot of the stuff in the Harry Potter shop was generic Harry Potter things, stuff you could get at the platform 9 3/4 in King's Cross and at the exhibition. It was nice to actually get something very unique to the shop in York. I got this double pin badge from the Jorvik Centre. There were 2 options for this. I got this one here with the Viking ship, but there was one with Mjolnir. I did have a bit of a hard time picking between because they both looked very nice, but I thought the Viking ship was more noticeably at a glance what it was, whereas the Mjolnir one I think was a little bit more obscure. And at the York Dungeon I managed to get a York Dungeon pin badge, which is fantastic. So I don't think they do one of these with a London Dungeon written on. I do have a pin badge from the London Dungeons, but it just says the Dungeons. So it's nice to have one that actually has the York Dungeons written on it. It would also be nice if they did one that said the London Dungeon, but I'm not aware of that existing. It wasn't until we were leaving the Deep that we realised it was the 20th anniversary. I did have a different pin badge picked out, until at the counter I saw this one. It is quite small, but it has the 20th anniversary written on it, which I quite liked. So I had to get that, because it's quite unique to the time we went. And then the last thing we got from the Deep was this little Gentoo penguin feather, which all the proceeds went to charity. And it's quite cute, because as far as I'm aware, it's from the actual one of the penguins at the aquarium. And you can see the little feather in there, which I really like having that. That's a really unique thing to get, I think. I was quite happy with getting that purchase there. So yeah, we kept our spending quite sensible, didn't get a huge amount. We've got some more trips coming up soon, like I said. Prague, Paris as well. We've just done 2 trips to London as well, so there'll be vlogs coming up in the not too distant future. I'm currently actually editing one in the background, as you can see. That's for the Science Museum there. So thank you for joining me again today, and we'll see you for more days out in the future.